Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. So, in this video, I'm going to do a breakdown about the crypto market. So, I've done a lot of updates on Instagram, but this will be the official first YouTube video where I break down and then take you through the chart and why I made like those calls from BTC falling from 65K to 19K and what to expect next in the market. So, let's head on to the chart. So this is Binance coin, but let's switch to crypto. Crypto. So you see everything is tanking. But this is something that we talked about more than 10 times. And then if you check Instagram. So by the way, you can follow me on Instagram at TraderBenDave, just like the name on the channel. So we have BTC dropping to 19K. So the level I was looking at was 19K from around 69, 70K. So let's break this down. So this call was made from the monthly time frame, and it was based on one pattern that I trade where like it involves like candlestick patterns and then Fibonacci. So ideally, so this was the initial trade where we're looking at. So this is why I called 19K, because from this pattern here, the projected level after the break of this level here, I don't think I'm going to explain this. Maybe I'll do that later. But the projected level here was 19.6K. So that's why I called for exactly 19.6K. But what happened was price pullback, went back to test this level here and then drop. But then when in doing that, it created another level here. And that level so that also coincide with this level. So that the target for that is 18K, which has been hit. So now back to the weekly time frame. So in the course of days, whilst I was looking at price pushing to 1.618 of the Fibonacci, a series of liquidity zones were created along the line. So one of the popular ones I talked about on Instagram was this level here. So we had this liquidity and liquidity here. Along here, price tried to do a fake out outside the zone. So it was a little tricky with what price was doing at that level. Very tricky. So at this point here, it looked like price was breaking out of that liquidity. Let me take out the Fibonacci. Looked like price was breaking out of that liquidity level, but it did not. So we had price pushing back, and then that's what saw us push all the way from here to 18K. So what is next for BTC? So currently, price is currently sitting in this liquidity here. So this is the zone that we are in. So until price break out of this zone, we are expecting a bullish push on BTC, which you see price push back to 29K, the zone between 29K and 32K. So all things being equal, if price does not break this zone, this is what we're expecting. A rally back up to 32K. So it's from this level that things get scary. So if price pushes back up to 30K, that is even more scary, because What that is predicting is, so now from what we have here, this is the structure we have here. I believe almost everyone here is familiar with this pattern here. So what we have here is that this is a head and shoulders pattern where the neckline has been broken. So if price gives this pullback here, this would be more or less like a test of liquidity after the break of this neckline. What this is predicting is an incoming impulse. So if we get here and we trap liquidity, and then along the line, price does not create any other liquidity to the upside for a potential drop for a double bottom to push up, then what that implies is a drop all the way to 10K. Which is scary, very scary. So currently we are in this zone here. I'm looking at a potential recovery to 29K, but I would wait a little bit. The reason why I'll wait a little bit is because now let's switch to Ethereum. So the structure on Ethereum was very similar, but quite different from that of Bitcoin. So here, when we use our Fibonacci here, this is the level, the 1.618 is right at this level here, right? Again, I'm not going to explain what I'm showing here. Maybe I might do that later. 1.618, price has tested that level, but we've not tapped into any liquidity here at the 1.618. Even though the 1.618 has hit, price has not tapped into any liquidity zone. The liquidity zone on Ethereum is sitting at $750. So that's why those who follow me on Instagram, I talked about BTC going to $750. We have price pushing to 896, right? But this is the next liquidity. So this is why what happens is when the coins are dropping, you see BTC drops and then Ethereum drops and all the other coins drop. But right now here we have BTC sitting in this liquidity level where we are seeing a potential push here. But here on Ethereum has a daily liquidity here, which is predicting a push back to tap liquidity and then drop to the level we are looking at, which is 750 baht. It's at this level where we might see a push on Ethereum. If that is to happen on Ethereum, what that means is here on the daily time frame on BTC, we can also see a liquidity level here. So what that means is BTC would also pull back, tap into the liquidity and drop. But I'm not sure if this move is what is going to get BTC to 10K. I don't want to. I don't know. I don't know if we will come here before we go here, but what we are seeing on Ethereum here is that price would pull back and then drop. But if that happens, then that means BTC might go straight to 10K. So that's why I've not started buying BTC, because at this point, it is one of these two things: a push back to 32K or tap into this liquidity and drop to 10K. But we are still keeping an eye on this liquidity that is currently sitting here, right? So this was a nice push. We had a very nice ride all the way from here. Let me see. I think I did a markup on one of the BTC charts that I've not cleaned yet. Oh yes, so this was one of the markups I did. So when BTC was resting here, I posted this on Instagram, by the way. So I called BTC. The first call was from here, but this was very recent. I called BTC to drop from 29K to hit the current level, which is 18, right? We can see the analysis here. And the next level is at a 10K level. So that is what the second level. So exactly similar to what I had talked about earlier on, right? But now a lot of things have changed. Several liquidity zones have been created along the line. Let me see. This is not the one I'm actually looking for. There was a one that I called BTC from. Not this one. That one was a rhombus pattern. Not this one. Not this one. Oh yes. 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 So this is the one. So this is where BTC was here. We called for the breakout here, and then we will move. So this was my long term, projection from this level here. We dropped from here and then we dropped to 20K. So this was the very original analysis I made before price created those liquidities zones along the line. Those who follow on Instagram and have been following the updates, we talked about it. So when BTC was here, we talked about 20K, but it took a different scenario. We talked about price potentially breaking this level to test this liquidity, but that did not happen. Price broke above, and then so this is the next time we are testing this level here, right? But currently you see price have broken this level, so a tap into this liquidity drop to 10K is very very possible. And you know the scary thing is there is this liquidity that is still sitting at 2,500. Yeah, 2,500, very scary, right? Yes, we have this liquidity that is still sitting at 2,500. So that is also a very possibility, which I don't want to think that is going to happen, but it depends on the demand and supply zone that is created along the charts along the line. So what is happening here, I don't know when you join the live, but what I'm saying here currently, so let me go back to my markup here, right? So the price I called for was a pull into this liquidity here, right? 19K. And the zone I talked about on Instagram. The zone I talked about on Instagram was between 19K and 17.5K. So this whole zone is a big liquidity zone. So what we are looking at is a potential push from here to 30K, 29K, between the 29K and 30K is a big liquidity zone. So this zone here. So at this level, that is where price might push back down to 10K. But the second thing here is because of this current liquidity that is created on the daily time frame, just above price, if price pushes back up and on the way up, it does not reject from this liquidity, then it means it will be on its way to this level here. But if it rejects this liquidity and break this level here, then boom, it's going to 10K. So right, because of those blocks that are sitting on top and below price, like it's very tricky to make a very long-term projection. If the market is reversing from a major level, you could do your analysis and make a projection based on what the chart is saying, right? But because price is currently sitting in the middle of different blocks, it's very difficult to say which block is going to respect or invalidate it. So it's very tricky. So now we have to take it like one step at the other. So currently we are in a big liquidity zone. The normal reaction is price is going to reject the liquidity zone and then push to 30K, all things being equal. But then there is a liquidity zone sitting above the 19K level on the daily time frame. So it is when price react to that level. Based on how it reacts to that level, that is what will tell us what the potential in the near future. So like it is layers on layers on layers, because like when price is moving, different volumes come into the market and changes the perspective long term. And but mostly what you are supposed to focus on is the blocks that are sitting on the larger time frames. And the block we have on the weekly time frame is calling for a potential push to 30K. So all things being equal, that is what I'll be looking at until, if this now breaks below this level here, then I'll be thinking 10K will be next. So it is level by level. But as I explained earlier, because of what we have on Ethereum too, the Ethereum level is sitting on 750. So that's why I talked about this on Instagram, that we are looking at our next drop to 750. So that is what makes it a little tricky, because if Ether is dropping, Bitcoin will also drop, and all the other coins will also drop. And then Binance, yeah. So this is where I called for Binance. The level I called for Binance to get to is 135 first target and $74. $74 sounds really good. I think Binance coin is something I might buy a lot. I might not, I might even forget to buy. I might not buy BTC or Ethereum, because like Binance is the biggest crypto exchange. So like if crypto is existing long term, it's something to buy. And if it's trading at $74 and you buy it and it goes back to 700, that is 700% return. But if you buy BTC at let's say 10K and BTC goes back, like it's almost the same kind of return. But I think I would rather prefer Binance can easily do $1,000 than BTC would do 100K. So it's, it's that kind of medium balance. So these are like the major coins: BTC, Ether, Binance, and Litecoin as well. So Litecoin, the target has already been hit. I called for $54 and the level has already been hit. I don't really do much on Litecoin, but is it still the third? Let me see coin market cap. Yeah, coin market cap. So these are all stable coins: Theta, USD coin, Binance. Yeah, so Binance is the more or less like the third coin, because these are stable coins, and followed by Cardano and XRP. Yeah, okay. All right, so the three top major coins are BTC, Ethereum, and then Binance coin. So those are the ones with the largest volumes. So that is where we have most of the impact on them is going to affect the crypto markets in general, right? Yep. So I had to put this on YouTube and then give much perspective on what I've been explaining on Instagram. So please, when you watch the video, comment, and then I'll respond to your comment. If there is the need to explain anything further, I will do that. So if you've not subscribed, like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.